So what we're trying to do for this company called Caster Depot is create some custom listing pages that allow their customers to easily navigate and find the products that they're looking for. So, for example, we're utilizing Amnesty's their improved layer navigation tool, actually for Magento 2. And what we're trying to accomplish is having a few items up at the top with images. In this particular case, we don't need the drop down there. We would have all the drop downs down below, and then obviously this attribute code information in red is just which code in the back end of the system is what they wanted utilized. And then when they select those, if there's still one available, then that item, if there's more than one product with multiple different attributes, then those would stay up here. Knowing that there's probably only going to be 3 to 5 attributes up top here. Each of these would need a custom image added to the code for the layer navigation. So everything else works fine currently on the Caster Depot site, except for the fact that we need to add an image for each of the, basically it's a description image. So here's the wheel diameter, here's the wheel material, here's the capacity, just an icon. I know that we can add in the improved layer navigation tool, you can add images for each of the individual attributes. So for example, you can see color groups, that type of thing. That is, we know that that's available, but what we're trying to look for is not images in each individual attribute underneath that main attribute, but just the main attribute image. And we'd only want it to show up in the top part. So that's one part. Next step would be the listing. So you can see as they don't have this image correct, but this is the grid, this is the layered, the listing. What I'd like to see accomplished is an easy way to have columns like this. So wheel diameter, wheel width, wheel material capacity, overall height, stem length, brake, and then have the part number be a link to the product page, and then they can add it there. We could also either that, or at the very end here have a column that would not be add to cart, but view product, maybe something of that nature, so that they have to go into the product itself and see additional attributes that are there, so that they can better choose what they're looking for. One issue I see is, for example, this is a stem caster. Some products are going to have a different type of top, so maybe a plate that ties the caster to whatever they're using. The stem length is not going to be in there. So what we would need to try to accomplish is either something for myself, maybe you give me a tutorial into how to change what attributes are in this listing, and then how to change that per category, because depending on the category, this is the view that we want to have. We want to kind of get rid of the grid view and make this the default. Not all product categories are going to need this, but a few of them will, along with these selections on top. So maybe if there's a way to have all of the attributes on the category page listed there, and we can select them and say I want wheel diameter, wheel width, or maybe we set up a default where it'd be, we always know we want XYZ. So we always want the wheel diameter, wheel width, wheel material, and then we would have a couple of them that would be dynamic that we don't care about the order, and those would be in those last couple spots. And then we would have the part number last, and the price, and the view. Something of that nature. We'll need some style sheet changes, obviously. And with these images, they'll just have to be kind of like what they currently have set up, where you just browse for the image and then add it up there. We'll make sure that they're the correct image size, so we don't need any of the constraints on that. From a style sheet standpoint, we'll probably want to make them all exactly the same size, make them squares, and then probably in the mobile version we will want to take that out. So with that being said, you can see I'm going to add this URL for you guys. This can be where we do all the demoing. You can see right now it's just not formatted correctly. So we've got wheel tread material, wheel diameter, and stem length. So we'll want to spread these out a little bit, make sure that these look good. And then add those images up above. And then also, when you start looking at this template is newer. We added this just recently. When we bring it down smaller, for some reason, the styling on it, the menu doesn't collapse and close up. So maybe take a look at that and see if you can figure that out as well. I have not reached out to the template company yet. So I will go ahead and post this on Asana. And if you guys have any questions, let me know.